In the summer of 1590, a ship from England arrived at Roanoke Island, eager to reunite with the settlers it had left 3 years prior. But as the crew set foot on the shore, they were met with an eerie silence. The settlement was deserted. No signs of struggle, no bodies, no souls. Only one cryptic clue remained, the word CROATOAN carved into a wooden post. What happened to the 115 men, women, and children of Roanoke Colony? This is the chilling tale of America's oldest unsolved mystery. In 1587, a group of English settlers, led by Governor John White, set sail for the New World, seeking to establish England's first permanent colony in North America. The group consisted of men, women, and children, all hopeful pioneers looking for a fresh start on Roanoke Island, off the coast of what is now North Carolina. Among the settlers were White's daughter, Eleanor Dare, and her husband, Ananias. Eleanor was pregnant and would soon give birth to Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the New World. Spirits were high as the settlers began building their new lives, erecting homes and forging relationships with the local Native American tribes. However, the promise of prosperity soon gave way to hardship. Supplies dwindled, and tensions with some of the indigenous tribes escalated. Fearing for the colony's survival, the settlers implored Governor White to return to England and bring back much-needed provisions. Reluctantly, White agreed, leaving behind his family and the fledgling colony. He promised to return swiftly, but fate had other plans. The Anglo-Spanish War broke out, and Queen Elizabeth I commandeered all available ships for the conflict against Spain's mighty armada. White's return was delayed by 3 agonizing years. When John White finally secured passage back to Roanoke in August 1590, his anticipation turned to dread as the ship approached the island. No welcoming fires burned, and no familiar figures waved from the shore. The settlement was eerily quiet. As White and his crew disembarked, they found the village abandoned. Houses were dismantled, not destroyed, suggesting a planned departure. Personal belongings were gone, and there were no signs of violence or hurried escape. It was as if the colonists had simply packed up and left. The only clue was the word CROATOAN carved into a post of the fort's palisade, and the letters CRO etched into a nearby tree. There was no cross or distress symbol carved alongside the words, which the colonists had agreed upon as a sign of danger. CROATOAN referred to a nearby island, now known as Hatteras Island, inhabited by the CROATOAN tribe, with whom the settlers had established friendly relations. White took this as a hopeful sign that his family and the other colonists had relocated there. Eager to follow this lead, White urged the crew to set sail for CROATOAN Island. However, a fierce storm battered the coast, damaging the ship. The crew, weary and anxious, refused to proceed further. They insisted on returning to England, leaving White devastated and without answers about his family's fate. Over the centuries, numerous theories have emerged about the fate of the lost colony. Integration with native tribes. Some believe the colonists assimilated with the CROATOAN or other friendly tribes. Hints of European features in later Native American descendants and stories passed down through generations lend some credence to this idea. Massacre by hostile forces. Others speculate that the colonists were attacked by hostile tribes or Spanish soldiers, though the lack of evidence of a struggle challenges this theory. relocation and peril. There's a possibility that the settlers attempted to return to England on their own or moved inland in search of resources, succumbing to the harsh elements or conflicts along the way. Supernatural explanations. Legends whisper of curses and otherworldly forces, a vengeful spirit or an ancient curse that befell the colony, causing them to vanish without a trace. The mystery of Roanoke has permeated American culture, inspiring books, films, and television shows. Archaeological efforts have uncovered artifacts suggesting English presence on nearby islands, but no definitive proof has solved the enigma. In recent years, advanced techniques like DNA analysis and new archaeological discoveries have renewed interest in the case. Fragments of pottery and tools hint at the colonists' possible assimilation with native tribes, but the full story remains elusive. In 2012, researchers examining a 16th century map drawn by John White himself, known as the Virginia Pars map, discovered hidden markings under patches on the map. These symbols indicated a fort and land near the Chowan River, suggesting the colonists might have moved west. Excavations at a site dubbed Site X uncovered English pottery and other artifacts from the correct time period. Could this be where the colonists resettled? While intriguing, the findings are still inconclusive, leaving room for speculation. As the sun sets over the Outer Banks, the whispers of the lost colony linger in the salty air. The unanswered questions and ghostly legends continue to captivate and haunt. Did the colonists find solace among the CROATOAN tribe? Were they victims of misfortune or malevolence? Or did something far more sinister erase them from history? The word CROATOAN remains etched not just into the wood of a long fort, but into the fabric of American mystery. The Lost Colony of Roanoke stands as a haunting reminder of the unknown perils faced by early settlers and the stories that vanish with them